In a day that was so happy for some, this was the worst day for others. The last chance qualifiers have just concluded. 33 out of 33 teams are officially in the grand finals. The only tournament we have left this season is FNCS Grands. We have a lot to go over in today's video, including trios that were able to clutch up their spots and make it into Grands, but also historic losses today as well. Real quick video starts though, let's hear a word from our sponsor of Exit Lag. If you've ever had a crucial gaming moment ruined by lag, that is where the sponsor of today's video, Exit Lag, is here to help. Exit Lag is not just another VPN. It is a game optimizer made for all types of players, whether you're a casual or competitive player. Exit Lag uses multi-path routing, real-time optimization, and built-in FPS boosters to eliminate not only lag, but also packet loss and jitters. And the best part of all of this, you don't even need to be a tech genius to set it up. It's plug and play. Just download, run it, and your game will instantly run smoother. Exit Lag supports over 2,000 different games, and you will feel the impact in your very first match. As soon as I tested Exit Lag, my ping instantly dropped, my FPS went up, and I haven't looked back since. And right now, Exit Lag is running their current summer vacation promotion with up to 77% off on annual duo and squad plans. That is just insane value. But it's only for the new users and it ends on September 2nd, so make sure that you act fast. Click the link below, create your account, and use my coupon for the discount. Pay for 6 months and get 12. Let Exit Lag handle your connection issues so you can focus on winning. Alright, let's start off with the positives though and go over every single trio that was able to qualify, like first place of Muzz, Shadow, and Sphinx. And then this team was just on an absolutely incredible run throughout the entirety of this last chance qualifiers, pretty much showing us that this was not the caliber of trio that should have been in these last chance qualifiers lobbies. In the opens, this team won 6 out of their 7 matches, and then in the finals, they instantly came out with a bang, getting a 14 elimination win, which, if you are curious, was the highest elim win of the day as well. And let me actually run their win reaction for you guys real quick.
Just kick.
Now, unfortunately for them, this team is going to be contested in grand finals as of right now at the Resistance base by Skittles, Dash, and Bryce. Obviously though, things are still subject to change, so I really hope that both of these trios are able to figure something out, because I really want to see Muzz's team at Globals this year. Second place was definitely our most underrated team to get a win today of Naps, Cyrus, and Zaire Riley. They're able to win the third and final game of the day, getting an 11 elimination win, and we'll talk about the trio that finished in second place a little bit later on. But this team's match history before that was a 5 elimination 11th and a 7 elimination 3rd as well, so this team played a very good game today, and they are also probably gonna have to be a team that is going to be contested in grand finals. And then in third place, the trio that was able to win game 2, getting a 7 elimination win, was Havoc, Silic, and Jarg. Let me run their win reaction for you guys as well.
I threw it.
Nice! Let's go! Let's go!
Now the trio in fourth place, if you're a Peterbot fan, you're really happy. If you're a Clicks fan, you are not so happy. And if you're just a Dukes, Edgy, or Chance fan, you're also not happy. It is the trio of Dukes, Edgy, and Chance. They were unfortunately not able to win any games today, and their FNCS is officially over. Their chance at being able to qualify for LAN is officially over, and basically the rest of their year is pretty much over as well. Match history today was an 8 elimination 4th, 6 elimination 12th, and then in the very final game, go big or go home, their last chance to make it into grand finals, they finished with an 8 elimination 2nd place. Now the things that led after this as well is also just incredibly sad, but we always end up seeing this after some of these teams are not able to qualify for grands. We got a tweet from Edgy that said, retiring from Fortnite competitive was a fun way to go out, but that was the end of the road for me. Appreciate the people that have been rooting for me over the past 7 years, but it's time for the next chapter. Thanks for the memories. Huge shout out to Edgy. What an amazing decorated career from him. FNCS winner, multiple time second places, $650,000 earned. Hopefully he is able to enjoy whatever he decides to pursue next. And then we also got a tweet from Dukes that said, pretty sure everybody knew this, but this was my last time competing. Unlucky ending, but we did what we could despite everything. Going back to crypto, I'll still be tweeting. If you don't want to see, just unfollow. Final thanks to Buzz, the best coach in the game. So both Dukes and Edgy have officially retired from Fortnite competitive, and they will no longer be competing. Man, super sad stuff all around, but if you are a Peterbot fan and if you are just Peterbot in general, this is a huge sign for you because Peterbot is now going to be fully uncontested in grand finals at Brutal Boxcars. I cannot say this enough. This grand finals is about to be absolute cinema. We have a Clix's trio fully uncon at Supernova Academy, and then Peterbot's trio fully uncontested at Brutal Boxcars. Fifth place, also another trio that had just a very unfortunate day, was Liam, Neko, and Zavi. Just look at their match history, man. They got a 4 elimination second, 9 elimination second, and a 6 elimination 7th. So 2 second places in a format that you can only make it to grand finals if you're able to win a game. It's just so unfortunate for them. 6th place, another trio that their FNCS is officially over, unfortunately, of Noah W Plays, Chaos, and Clixy. They got a 4 elimination 12th, 5 elimination 7th, and a 7 elimination 10th. 7th place was Volts, 8th place was Mako, 9th place was Polar, and then rounding out the top 10 was Mikey. I think the main big name that we also had not able to qualify outside of that top 10 was like 32nd place of Noisy, Creon, and Tony. This team ended up landing at Demon's Domain, and they were not able to win a single match off spawn. All right, now looking at the current grand finals map on NA, take it with a bit of a grain of salt because I guarantee you some of the things are going to change. As of right now, the big glaring thing on this map is we currently have Adris, Acorn, and Poyo contested off spawn by Naps, Cyrus, and Zyre. Now, this is actually the trio that landed at Demon's Domain today, and they 3-0'd Tony's trio off spawn. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just feeling a little bit extra confident right now after doing that. But if we're just being real, you don't want to mess with the kings of Demon's Domain of Adris, Acorn, and Poyo. If this team actually does stick to their word and contest them in grand finals, I would be pretty surprised, and I also just don't think that's a good decision in any way, shape, or form. The other one that looks like we might potentially get to see a team move is this fight down here. It looks like Curve, Josh, and Tyler, in scrims at least right now, are currently trying to triple contest the first order base. This team has literally just been moving all around the map. They went Flooded Frogs for a little bit. They're trying Here Out for a little bit. They're still technically marked on this spot right here for grands. I have no clue where Josh, Tyler, and Curve are going to end up, but Recooper and Curly ended up going back to Flooded. They're fully uncontested there right now. Phaser King, PHN fully uncon, Clicks, Yamzo, and Higgs fully uncon, Peterbot fully uncon, Booga fully uncon, Kanata fully uncon. This grand finals is going to be so entertaining. Taking a look at the final statistics here now, we have like Muzz with the highest damage ratio of a 3.04, even though we only played one game, so take that with a grain of salt. Damage to players was Chaos with 3,594, and unfortunately he was not able to qualify. The most elims was Cyrus with 9. Edgy and Chance are also up there with 8 apiece. And then time alive, we had Zavi with an hour and 18 minutes, and he was still also not able to make it into grand finals. And then the most damage traveled was Mako with 20.3 kilometers. NA was super fun today. Let's actually move on to how EU went now. Now in EU, this just like almost hurts to look at, man. I don't know what Shark, Comeback, and Blaha did to deserve this. Let's talk about everybody that was able to get wins though, like the trio that started off the tournament with a bang, winning game 1 of iDrop, Hari, and Cammy. Now they ended up getting a 10 elimination win. Let's check out their win reaction, and then we can talk about them even more.
There's no chance to lose.
Throw me, over dead.
Nice! Let's go!
It's so fucking easy!
Alright, so what do I actually think about this trio in grand finals? Do I think they deserve to be in grand finals? 100% yes. This would be a huge upset if they were not able to qualify, and this was a team that I even predicted to be able to qualify out of the groups. So the fact that they even had to play in this last chance qualifiers in general was already pretty surprising to me. They are going to be currently contested off spawn by Rax's trio at the bridge split. I don't really know necessarily how much to expect out of this trio at a contested bridge split right now. This team has legit already gone 3 separate drop spots this season. They went Kappa Kappa Factory at the beginning of the season in Div Cups. They went to Shining Span in Heats, which is the bridge split that they're at right now. And then they went Brutal Boxcars in the last chance qualifiers. I think if we're just taking anything off of Cammy's recent track history, and especially with Hari 2 technically as well, they have not necessarily been the greatest off-spawn fighters. And it is definitely possible to be able to split the bridge if you take it half and half. So maybe that's what they're going to end up doing. But if this becomes an off-spawn fight, I don't know how high necessarily my hopes are going to be for this trio. I think this is 100% a LAN caliber team though. And if they're able to get some things go their way, perfect their Storm Surge routes out of this, find some teams around them to trade with, I think they will be just fine. The trio that was able to win game 3 today, probably the most surprising win of the day, was Robin, Kylie, and Timu. They got a 13 elimination win, so they did get the highest elim win of the day on all of EU. It's kind of crazy, literally after like game 1 or 2, Kylie tweeted out, "What is the point of last chance qualifiers making 30 teams want to jump off of Shining Span? Just give the spot to 3 creators or 11th in each heat or something." And then literally in the very final game, he was able to win it, and we even got this win reaction out of them as well.
The captain was captain.
Let's go!
Oh my god!
Fucking go, Bruder! Oh mein Gott, Digga, wallah stark!
Now this team is going to be currently contested on the left split by Wheat, Nafrizi, and Sined. They are definitely not in the best position, figuring that the team above them in Chat, Mr. Savage and Rezon are fully uncontested, True Lexini and Skavi fully uncontested, Ghost, Hyper, and Jewel fully uncontested. All of them around them can potentially get some free cleanups at this drop spot in grand finals. Every single team that won a game on EU today is going to be contested in grand finals, because even the team in 3rd place of Howley, Dandipuzo, and Hizix probably just changed up this grand finals map the most. This team was able to get a 9 elimination win in game 2. Let me show their win reaction for you guys, and then I'll talk about where some controversy can lead to.
Баш, найс. Вот это убить.
Мячил на лейре, меня файтит.
Найс.
Я одно в П.
Найс! Просто хорош! Какие же вы лучшие! Реально же квайзерис! Боже мой!
So this trio, as of right now, decided to go to Utopia City, and they are now going to be contesting Pix, Darm, and Demus. Now this already massively shakes up a lot of people's grand finals predictions, as some people were even saying that Pix, Darm, and Demus can win this grand finals. And now with Pix's trio going from getting a fully uncontested Utopia to now having to fight off spawn probably every single game, I think this trio has to be very happy that they already have a land spot secured. This is the only trio from last chance qualifiers though that decided to contest a trio that already has a land spot, which at the end of the day, especially in a season like this, I have said it times and time again, I don't know how you can be a trio with no land spot deciding to land on a trio with a land spot, because that team really has nothing to lose, while for you, you're not going to be able to compete in an FNCS again until around January or February if you're not able to make it to the global championships. So I would never really understand the decision for trios to land on LAN teams, but as of right now, that is just looking like how it's going to be. Now, for one of the most sad, most insane things that we have seen in an EU last chance qualifiers, the trio in 4th place, a team that was 100% deserving of being a grand finals caliber team, the trio of Convex, Shark, and Blaha placed 2nd place 3 separate times today. They got a 7 elimination second, 7 elimination second, and an 8 elimination second in the very final game. Do you know how not only rare, but just how mentally destroying it has to be to get 3 separate second places in a lobby that only rewards the trios that are able to get wins to make it into grand finals? And like I said earlier, this team is probably not going to be able to even compete in FNCS again until January or February of next year. Like, this trio showed that they have the skill to be one of, if not even, you could argue that they were the best trio in this entire lobby today just based on their performance. We saw so many different just sad tweets from each of them. Shark tweeted out wow, and I love the response that the community is giving him. We saw people like Tayson saying chill, you have many years ahead of you. Raz said goes to show how good you guys are, many years in front of you. Like I said many times before, your time will come. We even saw like Comeback tweet out, "What do I do now?" I really hope that it doesn't especially affect somebody like Shark. For a young player like him who is literally only 14 years old, has only made grand finals 2 times in his life, to go through this big of like a catastrophic event this early on in your career, I hope he doesn't let this affect his mental too much and he's able to bounce back from it. But getting 3 second places in a row in a last chance qualifiers is just absolutely insane. We literally got to see something like this happen exactly on West 2 last majors when Gary, Echo, and Antonio got 3 straight second places. But doing it on the biggest region in the world of EU is just even more insane to me. We also unfortunately had trios like Dexy, Eclipse, and Twy in 5th place, one of the trios that looks so strong in the Star Wars season. A team that was one of the most underrated teams going into this season is unfortunately also not going to be in grand finals. They got an 8 elimination 8th, 4 elimination 3rd, and a 4 elimination 5th. Turtle Marco and Andalex in 6th place, Nero in 7th, Scary's trio in 8th, Truly in 9th, and then Spectral rounded out the top 10. So we do also have some other big names just outside that top 10, like our M8 French trio in 11th place of Artscale, Podesai, and X-Squeeze. Unfortunately, they had to deal with being contested every single game. Kind of insane how that trio went from potentially contesting Queasy and Malibuca in grand finals at Demon's Domain to landing at a new drop spot and the whole community like saying good job and they're going to be able to qualify for France now, to them not even being able to make it into grand finals. Man, this day is just so depressing, isn't it? We also had like Moneymaker's trio in 29th place. So yet another grand finals and globals without Moneymaker this year. Let's move on to the final Kinch stats now though. Actually, before I do that, I want to show you guys the current grand finals map with all 33 teams currently marked. Like I said earlier, the biggest fights we have is like Wheaton and Frizzy and Sined versus Kylie Trio. We have Rax Belusi and Zangi versus Idropari and Cammy. Pigstar Mandemus contested. Pingwax and Malibuca still going to be contested by Queasy in grand finals at Demon's Domain. QB will face Helkis off spawn. Video Cringe and Volko kind of made their own split down here, trying their best to be able to qualify for globals, and they know it's going to be very difficult if they are contested. And then we also have like Focus Mixin and Uppo going Shogun now, one of the big main switches that we have had over the past couple of hours. So for our main trios that are still uncontested, we have like Mr. Savage, Chap, and Rezon fully uncontested, and in scrims as well, they have been trading with this trio right here, and even the trio that ends up winning the off spawn fight over here is because sometimes they even just split this drop spot because it is a pretty decently sized area. But I don't think either of these teams are going to be able to qualify for globals if they are splitting that drop spot. We still have Benya Pixie Marius fully uncontested, might be one of the favorites for this season, as well as Chino, Pablo, and Ferdoxy. Some of our potential land favorites like Pink Nebs and Kiro fully uncon, Akira Kurama and Wurex, Contra Pradaj and Finnick went from potentially being triple contested in grand finals to fully uncontested at Pump Power. And yeah, take one more look at it, there might be some final changes for some team swaps, but as of right now, this is the most up-to-date EU FNCS grand finals map that we have. Alright, checking out the final kin stats now, we had an insane damage ratio for Eyedrop with a 4.36, but of course he only played 1 game today. Dexy ended up leading with the most damage dealt, getting 3,562, and he was unfortunately not even able to qualify for grands. The most elims today was Krizik with 11 elims, Podesai in 3rd, Shark in 4th, Eclipse in 5th, Comeback in 6th, Baja in 7th, Aisha in 8th, Timu in 9th, and then Jake Buka in 10th. The longest time alive was Comeback, Shark, Twy, Eclipse, and none of these guys were even able to make it into the grand finals. And then distance traveled was Ricky. Other than that though, tomorrow my grand finals predictions will come out, and then the next day we already have day 1 of grand finals. Remember, come back to this channel or follow me on my Twitch if you guys want to watch FNCS grand finals with me. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.